We have a lot of folks that approach us and they ask us, how can we turn our wood gray? We want it to look like it's reclaimed. Or they'll say, we've got some gray wood and we want to make it bright again. How do we do that? So I just thought we'd address this question, And basically, if you've got gray wood and you want to turn it back to bright, we do offer something called Miracle Mist. Right here. Comes in a gallon. And you apply Miracle Mist on the wood, and it will take something that looks like this, and it'll turn it into something that looks more like this. Bring it back to bright. So we do recommend Miracle Mist when you're trying to go from gray back to bright. And then on the flip side of the coin, when it comes to taking something bright and making it look gray, you can find recipes online how to do that, which is basically white vinegar and steel wool. You put the steel wool in the white vinegar in a bucket, and then you put a rock on top of the steel wool to weigh it down and keep it below the surface of the white vinegar. And the reason for that is if the steel wool rises above, then it's gonna rust, and it's gonna make this color that you don't want, which is basically like a dirty brown color. So you keep the steel wool below the surface, and you let the white vinegar will melt the steel wool. So after it melts it, which takes 2 or 3 days, you're gonna stir that up, and you're gonna dip your brush in it, and you'll apply it on the wood, and you leave it outside for a couple weeks, and within a couple weeks your wood turns gray. The hardest part about it is getting the formula just right. You gotta have the right amount of vinegar and the right amount of steel wool in order for this to work. And you just have to read online and figure out what the right chemical mix would be for that. I also wanted to mention this. This is called NBS 30, stands for No Bug Stuff, made by Outlast. And this is good to help keep boring bees off of your wood. So this little container is good for 5 gallons, and you pour this right into your stain, and you mix it up, and then you brush your 2 coats of stain on the wood. And this is good for outdoor use to keep the boring bees off of your wood. Here at Reliance Timber, our job is to share with you what your options are and help you make the right choice.